With Mother's Day just around the corner, while it's very important to be prepared for all the orders that you're going to receive and the compliments that you'll get, it's more important to be prepared for the possible complaints that you could also receive. Is your staff trained and ready? You'd be surprised how many times you think that you fixed the problem, but the customer has left and they're getting more and more upset. Hear what happened with Terry this morning.
The customer called and had expressed that the flowers he received on Saturday had died, and we asked him to bring them back in so a designer can look at them. Maybe we can freshen them up.
So you asked him to bring it in so we could see it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So he had come in, I took the arrangement, I saw that they were spray roses, they were all expired.
Right.
I apologized for the arrangement being that way. He expressed that it was his 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
He was disappointed, and that this is how it, this is what he was left with, and this was 5 days after the fact.
Okay.
Now, I did look at them. They were expired. They didn't open. I asked him what it is that we can do for him at this point since the anniversary has passed. And he said he would like something towards his next purchase for Mother's Day.
Right.
And I had said that would be fine, would be happy to do that. He gave me the arrangement. He also gave me his preferred customer card.
Okay.
And he said he has a coupon for Mother's Day. Can he apply that? I said absolutely.
Sure.
And I said I can give you a gift card for $15 towards your next arrangement. He said that's perfect.
Everything was fine.
I gave it to him and he said I'll see you for Mother's Day, and he left.
And as far as you were concerned, everything was okay?
Everything was okay.
What happened next was I was given the replacement ticket, as I always do, to follow up on the replacements. After speaking to the customer, he was extremely upset and preparing to write us a letter. Now, Terry was totally surprised to hear that because you felt everything was fine.
Right, he
And
wasn't angry at all.
everything was fine when he left here. Now, this happens, I think, in many shops, and we have to be very careful to look at their body language to see if there's any indication. But one of the key features, or one of the key points that I like to make is if a customer takes the time to come to your store with flowers in their hand, let's think about what they go through. They ended up getting flowers, they had to put them in their car, they had to deliver the flowers back to the store. You know what it's like to deliver flowers even when we're prepared to do so. They're not very happy. They took a lot of time to get to your store. The next point to consider is looking at the customer and explaining what happened before asking them what you can do for them. Many times we come up with a solution that might not be in line with what the customer's thinking. Here's what I would have considered. Tell the customer that you're happy that he brought this to your attention, and we can imagine the trouble that he went through to get here. With everything being considered and the fact that he got the flowers, the occasion has been recognized, and they didn't perform as well, what do you feel is a fair resolution at this point? Now the customer has it in their hands to tell you what's going to make them happy. What could have happened with this customer was they didn't know what they really wanted, and when you said $15 for the moment he was okay, as time went on he got more and more upset. So we have to realize that customers aren't always going to want to be combative or confrontational, so they'll take what you give them, and as time goes on they start getting more and more bothered, and they feel like I bought a product, it didn't perform, it didn't do well, and they just gave me $15. That's how he explained it to me. You would have never known this. So the points are, when a customer comes in with a complaint, acknowledge it, accept it, explain that they received the flowers for the occasion. They were, the message was delivered because there is a value there. Now, since it didn't perform as well as we would have expected, what do you think is the best resolution? Let the customer tell you that, because the last thing you want to do is buy a bad ad for $40, and that's what happens. And on top of that, you can also consider giving them some flowers to take home with them. And by the way, here's some flowers to bring home for your troubles, and we look forward to seeing you for Mother's Day. Thoughts?
Okay. What if he says he doesn't know what he wants? What if he said, we asked him,
right,
what is it that we can do for you? Would you like us to freshen this up? Would you like us,
right,
what would you like? And if he says he doesn't know.
They don't know. So many times you say, well, at that point, we still leave it in their hands. We know that we've let you down, and I don't want to put a value on that. So I would say, use those words. I don't want to put a value on how much we've let you down, but considering the gift was received and the card message was received, what more could we do for you so in the future you'll feel comfortable and you don't lose confidence in shopping with our company? The most important factor here is we want to make the customer come back, because the worst thing that can happen is the customer doesn't let you know that they're disappointed. So winning this battle is losing the war. Let's make sure they're happy, but I would like to see everybody leave our store with a bouquet of flowers in their hand. We have those special cash and carry deals. Let's give them something to go home with. Two kinds of experiences I always mention that are never forgotten: exceptional and horrible. You thought you were in the middle, but you were going downhill really fast. If I didn't call them, we would have never known. So that's a little attention to detail that we can all be spending more time doing to improve the retailing experience at your local florist. Thank you for sharing that experience with me. The three most important points to consider are: acknowledge the complaint at hand, look for a possible resolution, reminding the customer of the experience that was already achieved with the delivery of the flowers and the card message, and close with what it's going to take to keep that customer happy. The last thing you want to do is buy a bad ad. Two kinds of services never forgotten: exceptional and horrible. Be sure you're on the right side of that.